Hi, welcome to my card and a cuppa for Friday the 5th of April 2024. Now I am pre-recording this because I have my brother and his wife coming down from Queensland on Friday, and I thought I'd pre-record it so I knew I could get it out there. So thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be playing with some retiring products and also a product that's carrying over. It's a simple card. It's a pinwheel card. I have made one of these in the past. It was a long time ago. So I'm going to show you how to do it and how easy it is, and it's a great way to use up scrap pieces of designer series paper. So let's go down to the craft desk. Okay, here we have a couple of pinwheel cards. So these ones I've used the Fresh as a Daisy designer series paper. And I've used the time, so the Fresh as a Daisy paper is retiring. The Time Worn Type embossing folder is retiring. The Go-To Greeting stamp set is also retiring. And this banner punch, I just remembered I didn't get that off my shelf. This banner punch is retiring as well. So everything on this card is pretty much retiring except for the colours, the cardstock colours. So we're going to recreate it using, so that's the Time Worn Type embossing folder. I must say this is one I think I'll keep in my stash. It is on the retirement list. You can get it now, but if you wait till the 9th of April you can get it 10% off. Go-To Greetings is another one I'm going to keep in my stash because I go to them all the time, and it is on the retirement list. I don't believe it's discounted because I haven't made a note. So that's those two. But the paper we're going to use on this card, the Countryside In paper, I think that's what it's called, yes, that is carrying over to the new Annual Catalogue, and they don't do that very often. So this beautiful Blues Countryside In paper is carrying over. So you'll be able to get that when the new catalogue starts. You can get it now, but you can also get it in the new catalogue. So that's what we're using today. So I'll just put that over there, and I shall grab my punch. Okay, I might hang on to this one too. Alright, so let's put what we need. I'll move that out of the way. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got a tent fold card base, so it's just half of a piece of A4 cardstock, and it's 10.5 centimeters by 29.7, so it's just a piece of A4 cardstock cut in half at 10.5 centimeters, or it's 4 1/8 inch by 11 3/4. Then we've got our matting piece, and I've already put that through the embossing folder. You think you can see that? Yep. This piece is 10 centimeters by 14.4, or 4 inches by 5 3/4. It's losing its sticky. Then we have two pieces of boho blue. That's Night of Navy. Two pieces of boho blue, and they are 6.7 centimeters by 6.7 centimeters. Or if you want to do it in inches, this card is actually easier in inches. It's 2 5/8 of an inch by 2 5/8. And you need two pieces of those. Then we have two contrasting colours of designer series paper. So you can see I've just turned that piece over. Now you will need 8 pieces in total, 4 of each design, and they're 1 1/4 inch. We're going to cut them by 1 1/4 inch. If you're doing it in centimeters, it's 3.1 centimeters by 3.1. And then you just need a little 2 centimeter or 3/4 of an inch banner for your banner's punch. Okay, so I'll just leave all those there, and you can get a screenshot of the measurements if you want, and then we'll get started. Okay, right, so let's just, so we've got all these things cut, but I haven't cut my 1 1/4 inch pieces of paper, designer series paper, because I wanted to show you how I cut a smaller section of paper. So I've already got it at 1 1/4 inches this way, But when I'm doing smaller sections of paper, I go over this side of the paper trimmer because it goes up to pretty much 1 3/4 inches this way, or 3.5 centimeters. And I just think it's easier sometimes to do smaller pieces like this, putting it and measuring it on this side of the trimmer. So 1 1/4, so we need 4 of these. I'll just cut them now. We've got a really wet day here on the Central Coast, and we haven't seen rain like this for quite a while. It's not torrential, it's just constant. So that's 4 of those pieces, and I shall put this one in. I mean, you can do it either way. You can do it this way, but I just feel that this gets in the way of where I'm wanting to measure and cut, so I like doing it this way when it's a smaller piece of paper. One. And you could do this with cardstock, embossed cardstock. You don't have to use designer series paper. Oh, I don't think I did that one right. Yes, I did. Yeah, so, but the paper makes it a bit more stands out more. Okay, so that's 4 pieces. So that's the little bit of cutting we've done. Okay, so we shall bring these back in. Bring my sample card and sit that there. Now, what do we need? Let's put our panel on the front. We can do that. Put those over there. And when I glue down embossed cardstock, especially 3D embossed cardstock, which is more sort of textured and bumpy, I do use the Tombow glue. I'm just going to get this nicely scored. Okay, so I'll bring my piece back in. So I'm just going to put glue on the back. Now, you are aware that some things are going up in the annual catalogue. I think Tombow glue is one of them. It's the refills, the re-inkers, certain cardstock. I have a list, but I haven't got it handy, so that's not very helpful, is it? Okay, so I'll put that aside. Now this one, these are the 2 5/8 inch squares. This one I'm going to put on a diagonal like so. I'm using my glass mat, and I'm just putting it on, making sure the tops and the points are on a certain line, and a certain line here. Okay, to make it like a diamond. And then I just moved it as I did that, silly me. Then I'm going to put a bit of glue on my other one, not all the way across, just sort of in the center, and I'm going to keep that on my grid lines. Then I'm lining it up, and I'm going to just put this down and move it over and just eyeball each little triangle and make sure that we've got it. If you wanted to measure it, you could, but I'm happy just to eyeball it. Got a little bit of glue on the back, and that gives you your base for your paper. Okay, don't need that one anymore. So we bring our papers in now. Now the first thing, it's really easy once you get going, but the first piece that you stick down, we'll use this one, just put a little bit of glue in the right corner, the right hand corner, up here. Don't put glue all over it, because you need to be able to tuck in the last one as we rotate around. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, now the rest you can put glue all over, that's fine. And we're going to just spin it around, and we're just leaving a little border on our cardstock showing. And we'll get the navy one. So as I said, this is a great way to use up those tiny pieces of designer series paper. Now I might do it this way, because this one does actually have a one-way design. So if I want them all sort of going the same way, I think that's a better idea. So you just have to be aware of directional paper. Okay, spin it around. This one's all over, so it doesn't really matter. Pop that down. Get my next piece of navy paper. And spin it around. And I think we shall go that way, yes. So yes, we've got family coming because my son, who turned 30 last week, is having a big 30th birthday party on the weekend. And my brother and his wife decided to come down for it, so that was nice. Okay, so I am just putting that one here. There we go. And a navy piece. So it's a real great effect that it creates, and it's really not hard to do. Just making sure my head's not coming in. I should have been checking that. Okay, so now this one, let me just get my little pokey tool. Here it is. This one's not glued down. Can you see that? It's only glued down up here. So we've got that, so we can tuck this one in underneath. So we're just going to slide that one in. Just going to slide it in. Sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly. No, we need to go over a bit more. So you only need a minuscule of glue on that first one, because otherwise you can't get this one in. Does that make sense? Okay, then once you've got that one in, you can fold this back and put a little bit of glue here and complete the pinwheel like so. How cool is that? And see how it's just so cool. I think it's really simple and easy. The key to it is not to glue your first one down completely, and maybe not over in that corner, maybe over in that corner, because then you can flap it up and put that one under and put the glue on. So that is our pinwheel. Now I've got a bit of excess glue spurting out, so I'm just going to get my gum eraser thing that we used to sell that we don't sell now, which is a shame because it's so good. I think you can get them from other places. I just realised I didn't put my phone on silent, so I've done that. Okay, so now we're going to get some dimensionals, and you can just work out which way you want to put it. I'm just going to put dimensionals in each corner and one in the middle, and we'll get the backs off. There we go. Now you can just work out, and if you think your border is a bit dodgy in some places, then move it round to where you think it won't be as noticeable. I think they're all pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to pop it down like so. Yep, that looks good. There we go. That's that. Now we've got our 2 centimeter or 3/4 of an inch banner. And I'm just going to grab my Night of Navy ink. And I might make this a thinking of you card. I love this stamp set. I'm really going to miss it. So that's why I think I'll keep it on my shelf. Okay, just going to ink that up. I'll bring this down so hopefully I can get it straight, but not out of your vision. Okay. Is that straight? I don't believe it is, so I need to kick the U up. So turn it over. If you don't get it straight, turn it over and try again. And if you don't get it straight the second time, you just grab another piece of cardstock. That's better. Okay. So yes, they don't very often carry over designer series paper. So that's a bit of a shock. Okay, so pop that away. There we go. Move that over here. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our picker punch, Banner's punch. I'm going to make the ends the same amount. So that was the way I measured. You can see I didn't really measure very well. And depending on which ending you want, I really like this one. I'm not as keen as on this one, but I like this one, the flagged end. So you just pop it in. Because it's 3/4 of an inch, this punch can do 1/2 inch, 3/4 and 1 inch. Can you see the lines? So the bottom track is 1/2 inch, this track is 3/4, and this track is 1 inch. So you can do 3 sizes, and I think that's really cool. There you go. Get that. Let's turn it around. Just going to make sure, yeah, it'll fit. Put it back in the same shape. I have done that. Put it in the wrong shape. Here we go. And that's going to sit there. So before I do that, I'm just going to grab a dauber. Yeah. And I shall put some Night of Navy on it and make sure it's Night of Navy-ish. Yes. And I'm just going to go round the edges of my banner. So this is a really super simple card, but it has a little bit of a wow factor. Because it sort of looks difficult, but as you can see it wasn't. And I'm all about that. So if you're watching this video on replay on YouTube, I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up and like and share it so I can attract more visitors to my channel. So, and also if you're in Australia and you'd like to get a copy of the new annual catalogue, please reach out to me. I've got them coming. I have ordered them and I can send that out to you. I will be having, that looks not quite right. There we go. No, I just got to, oh look. There we go. I will be having 2 catalogue launches. I've put 2 times up for catalogue launches in May. One's a Thursday, which is the 9th of May, and one is a Saturday, which is the 11th of May. So if you'd like to come along to a catalogue launch, it costs $10. You'll receive the catalogue, that's part of the price, and we'll make 2 really easy cards. And yeah, if you want to buy anything, I'll have retired stock available. If you want to buy anything from the catalogue, you can do that, and you can pick from my retired stock to the same value. So you will get free retired stuff if you purchase on the day. Okay, now I'm just looking for navy dots, and I'm just trying to work out where they would be. Because I want to put one in the center of my pinwheel. So I think I'm going to have to go with, no, that's not what I want. Oh, they're retired. Oh, they're carrying over now. No, they're retiring now. These are the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. But we could use those. Let's do that. I don't like the blues. I think I like these clear ones. And I want a big one for the center of my pinwheel. There we go. And I'll put one here. I'll put one down here because then it doesn't look like I'm missing one on that side. And this one can go, where can it go? Here. There we go. So, that was a super quick card. And easy peasy. So, let me just pop that back up. So there you have it. There's my pinwheel card for today. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Don't they all look quite different? So you could get out, you could get out your retired retiring papers and go to town on making pinwheel cards. So you've got those dimensions from the beginning of the video. You can scroll back to the beginning if you want to and write them down. But that's our pinwheel card. So let me just flick back to the craft desk. No, not to the craft desk, to me. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really had fun making it. They're so easy and so simple. You could also, instead of an embossed piece of cardstock, you could also do a piece of designer series paper that's not going to compete with this pattern here, like a fairly neutral piece of designer series paper. But yeah, that's our pinwheel card. So I hope you enjoyed that. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope the rain doesn't continue, but I guess we need it. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Bye for now.